So he had a nice smile, and he liked similar things like I like to do. He liked to travel, and then it was...
She mentioned that she enjoys whiskey and traveling, and it was just interesting.
I always joked with him, I was like, I swiped right on you by accident, but I didn't. We did it on purpose, and then I think Bumble's the one that I have to reach out first. So it was during Thanksgiving, and I was like, so what are you thankful for?
I'm thankful for my family, my friends, and my health. And I believe her answer was, I'm thankful for the fact that I've been cancer-free. She had cancer several years before I met her.
And then we just started talking there. We were texting like back and forwards all day. And I don't know, something just intrigued me about him. It was the way our conversation flowed so easily. It was nice, it was easy. It wasn't, like waiting for something. It was organic, I should say. So it's not like, hey, how are you? It was just like we flowed and we talked about different things and how he was cooking for his mom, I think, for Thanksgiving that day. I was looking for someone who would just share my life with me, like mix with my family. I have a huge group of friends and family, as we see here at this wedding and stuff. So I wanted someone who would just, mix in with them and not have to be stuck to me like glue the entire time. And that's what Phil is. He's like one of our first dates. He came to a Christmas party with me, and I was just flitting off talking to my friends, and off he went and talking to people by himself.
It was a bit of an awkward situation because we started dating it was early December. And then I already had plans for New Year's. My birthday is right there at New Year's, and her birthday is in early January. So we did a few things together, but then COVID hit.
So our first date was at a restaurant in Newport News. I got there first. Phil was running late, which is par of the course. And I had already ordered myself a drink when he walked in. I was like, a little bit of liquid courage. But he came in. It was great, our nice first impression. And our conversation flowed really nice over dinner. We talked about our trips that we've taken. And I had just come back from Thailand. So we talked about that trip, in detail, what I did, where I went. And we were there a while, had a couple of drinks, great dinner. And for the life of me, I always have to look back at my credit card or my bank statement to go see when our first date was. We never remember our first date. We don't know the date. We're like, it's this time, happy anniversary. When he walked me to my car because I was parked away, he gave me a hug, and I was like, it would be nice to see him again. But I was like, I don't know if I will. But he literally I saw him the next weekend. He had plans. He was like, we had moved our date forward because he had scouting plans that following Saturday, but he still made an effort and came down and made a second date. And then, he came with me to the Christmas party. This was pre-COVID, and then COVID hit. So a lot of our dates were staying in, cooking for each other, and it was just nice. We were stuck together, we weren't going anywhere. So then we got to know each other a little faster, and just because we were always home or at each other, well, usually at my place, just hanging out, talking and cooking, ordering in food, watching movies. He made me watch this, I cannot remember the name of the movie. He tried to make me watch, it was awful. Awful. I fell asleep. I was like, this is the worst movie of my life. And I cannot remember what it is. He'll have to tell you the name of the movie. It sucks. No, because it sucked. I literally was,
One of his favorites.
I don't know, he was like, this is a great movie, you gotta watch this. And I'm like, all right. Put it on, and I think I fell asleep on the couch. I was like, this is just horrible.
And so, she's at the hospital dealing with all that craziness during COVID, and So basically, that was, we'll say, March of 2020. And then with my work, my residents in my apartments were on spring break when COVID hit. Many of them didn't come back, or some of them did and then didn't leave their apartments. Some people didn't come back until September. They're paying their rent, but it was a very bizarre time for us both. And so we traveled a lot out of the country, went to Mexico a few times because that was, or Florida, because those were the places we could actually go. We went to spend New Year's in Florida in 2021. Or no, I was at the end of 2020, beginning of 2021. So the travel component that I mentioned previously has kind of lended itself to enable us to feel like we're having some, some normalcy, being out of the country, being out of Virginia. At the time, it was pretty locked down. So that was nice to be able to do that, and nice that she was able to and she was willing to. So, I mean, but going further for dating, that's pretty much what it was. I mean, until 2021, when my mom, we were actually in Mexico in 2021 with her cousins, and that's when my mom basically called me and says, I'm not well. And she actually, I didn't realize all this was going on, but she actually went in and booked me a flight to get the hell back to Virginia. And so I left vacation and went back home and was basically with my mom or back and forth from Richmond to Williamsburg every day until late, that was early part of October, so like 3 weeks I was kind of with my mom, and she passed away. But, so anyway, then she's helped me since then with stuff with my mother, and it's been a wild ride with COVID, and then my mother's passing, and then my mother's estate, and then other things going on in my life with my businesses. But she's been there with me and listened to me vent and listened to me. I mean, we don't live together, and we live an hour and 40 minutes apart. But we're both very busy people, but very busy professionals. So our dating experience is probably somewhat unique to some other folks. Some people can't wrap their head around it. I mean, we don't even have a house. I mean, we're not looking to be, what is it called, cohabitating together at any point very soon. And she's fine with it, and it's cool that she's fine with it because we're both so busy. So we saw each other more out of the country than we did in the country for a while there.
Mostly I knew that he was a keeper, and I definitely started having more feelings for him was when I was sick, and he came down and cooked French onion soup. I still remember it. He was in the kitchen chopping away, and I was just on the couch curled up. So I have endometriosis, so I had miserable cramps. I had like a heating pad on me, and I was just laying on my couch. And he came down, and I was like, maybe we'll keep him. And then I think next thing I knew, I was like, yep, I do love this guy, even though he drives me bananas sometimes. I do love him.
So who said I love you first?
I think maybe me.
Do you remember the situation at all?
Not at all.
Okay.
I can remember the first time I tooted in front of him. Usually that you can know you're in love then.
That is 100% true.
So he kept grabbing my butt, and I was like slapping it. I was like, I am just gonna fart on you if you do this one more time. Slapped it, and I let one rip.
What was his reaction?
Laughed. We just busted out laughing.
Oh, that's
And now we tend to have tooting competitions and see who can do it the worst. His is by far the worst.
Our diets are different.
Oh my God, there was a time at New Year's Eve, we're in Virginia Beach, and we were in the Cavalier in this beautiful hotel, and he let one rip. His stomach was so upset. I literally was trying to claw through the door, the connecting room door that we didn't have access to, I was like, let me in. I was like, this is so bad.
Well, I mean, I'll be frank. I mean, I've loved different women, and I've been heartbroken. So you have that guard up. You know, when she was helping, as Brad mentioned in his speech, when she was helping with my mom's Celebration of Life, that was an act of love. But before that, when she had never met my mother, and my mom was sick at the hospital, and you're only allowed to have, at the time, only allowed to have one person visit because of COVID, a day. So I would be there every day. And this one day, I wanted to go to, I was going to be the president of my Rotary Club the following year, and I was going to go to this convention, which ironically was literally within a half a mile from same downtown Richmond. It was right next door to VCU Medical Center. And Riley said, I'll come there. I'll sit with your mom that day while you do your thing. And so she did, and that's when she met my mother. And my mom was dying of cancer, they had, I mean, my mom was so sick she couldn't really talk very much, but you know, I know they had some short conversations, and that was a true act of love. So I come from a single mom who raised me. I knew my father. My father was not a very good person, and they had a horrible divorce, and I was the pawn between them. And so the idea of marriage, I mean, I'd seen happy marriages, but also being a Gen Xer, you know, the latchkey kid, everybody's parents are divorced, and you know, but I have several friends whose parents are happily married, and you know, for 40 years, 50 years. But the idea of marriage really was kind of something that I was kind of like, you know, I really didn't even want to consider that. But you know, she wanted me to go with her, or she wanted to take me or travel with me to India, and I thought that would be an excellent opportunity to be in a place that she holds spiritually, you know, in that country. Even though she's not from there, she grew up in England. She speaks the language of one of the languages of India. Her mother and her mother's family are all from India. So I guess at some point in early 2024, I was like, you know, maybe this is an opportunity for me just to show her how much I love her and ask her to be my wife.
No, so I think, you know, we've been dating several years, and I was just like, always, there was never a thing that I wanted to get married or like we should get married. Like, things worked for us. Like, we are still gonna live apart right now, and you know, we'll eventually live together when the time's right. But things were right, and I was like, oh, maybe I do want to get married. Like, we're getting older. I do want someone in my corner for medical issues, financial things, whatever in life. I just need, like, you know, that support. And, you know, we had talked about it, like, I made jokes. I'm like, oh, we should get engaged and stuff like that, but nothing ever really came about it. And then one day we were at my house, and I think we were just laying in bed, and he's like, why do you want to get married? He's like, why is it such a big deal? And I was like, well, I just want that security. No, I know you're not going anywhere. I just want, you know, that we're getting older. Like, I want to be your power of attorney. I want you to be my power of attorney. Like, I just want that, like, stability. So, he's gonna tell you that I'm gonna take credit for everything. I won't. So I had asked him, like, you know, we had talked about rings and stuff, and I was like, look, if we're gonna get engaged, I want you to repurpose one of your mom's rings. His mom passed away, I think about 2 years into us dating, which was tough, and you know, I was his support and I helped him through it. And I was like, I want something from your mom. Like, you know, your mom's a very strong woman, like, you know, and you loved her very much. You guys were very close. I want you to repurpose one of her rings. Do not buy me a brand new one. Like, I will beat you. I'd rather you save that money and we go take a kick-ass trip. So the center stone in my ring is his mom's, and it was cracked, so it got a little smaller, which is fine. And then the little diamonds in the band and in my wedding band are from her, some of her other jewelry and stuff. Yeah, and so I'd already said that, but he was already planning on working on that. So it was funny. So last July we were in Cancun, and he was like, "Oh yeah, you know." So he's telling me about the ring. So I was like, "All right." I had no clue I didn't know when we were going to get engaged. And then jokingly, I told him, I was like, "Oh, we should get engaged at the Taj Mahal when we're in India," and he was already planning them.
So we had a private tour guide in Agra. It was great. So my idea was to do it at the Taj Mahal. And in conversation, we had talked about, you know, rings, whatever, and she basically said, you know, you can give me I think she said you can give me one of the ring pops as my ring. I don't care. So I had a ring pop. I was gonna, you know, play a game, you know, play a joke like that. I also had a real ring, but the ring pop was in this package, and it would be very, very loud in my pocket. She'd be like, "Why would you have a ring pop in your pocket?" Right. So I didn't do that. But the ring that I had made, it was a custom ring. So my mother had a ring that she bought from a family friend back in the 80s, and it had a large 1 carat diamond in the middle, old school cut, with 30 diamonds around it. And all the diamonds, if you look at it, they all look the same size, but I got the jeweler to take the ring apart, and there's 3 different sizes. And we looked at the sizes of rings and what size diamonds would look good on the band with that diamond. The problem with that diamond was it had a crack in it, a chip. And they said, you can use this if you want, but if something happens, if she bangs it, it could shatter. So I was back and forth, and I was busy with projects and out of town a lot. And they're like, "Look, you need to make a decision." And I was like, "All right, let's just go ahead and downsize it," because they sent it off to New York and had it laser cut, and it looks wonderful. It's just a shame that, I mean, it's a 0.7. It should be a 1. So it looked beautiful. It looked great. It didn't look too big, you know. And so that was the ring that I had made for her. And now we were in Agra with our private tour guide. It was like 100 degrees outside, and she had already we had lined up as a photographer for us to have pictures, and they had me different poses, you know, with on one knee and different things. I did not propose to her there. I proposed to her when we were about to leave, and I asked our tour guide, I was like, "Hey, can we go sit down here for a minute?" And we're just sitting there with the Taj Mahal kind of like in the distance, and I was extremely nervous, but I knew that she wouldn't say no, not because of where we were or the situation, but because I knew that that's what she wanted. I knew at some point she wanted me to ask her. So I basically said, "Hey, I got a question for you," and I don't even know if I even asked her. I think I showed her the ring. She's like, "Wait, is this for me?" I was like, "Yeah, you'd marry me." So she says, "Of course I will." So we were literally dripping with sweat. It was so hot. It was worse than this. So that was it.
So did he speak on it after you kind of like said that?
Yeah, we talked about it. Well, no, he didn't say anything. He just thought it was like, yeah, right, whatever. and I thought nothing of it. So we get to India, we're in Agra, we do the Taj Mahal, and we finished like the whole tour, finished taking pictures, and our tour guide, he had no clue either, but he was like, all right guys, here's some free time, you guys can wander around, you know, take pictures, whatever. By then I was hot, hungry, and tired because we got up for the sunrise to go see the Taj Mahal. And I was like, I'd rather just go back to the hotel room and, you know, I want to shower, I want to have breakfast. And he's like, no, let's sit, let's take a look. And I was like, oh my God, I don't want to, I'm hot. I was so whiny. And then, you know, it dawned on me that this was my second time to go see the Taj Mahal. And I was like, okay, that's fine. Let's sit for a little bit, let's enjoy it. And I was just looking around, people watching. And then he started like scratching in his pocket. He was trying to get the ring out. And I was like, what are you doing? And he's like, oh, I have an itch. And I was like, all right. And I just carried on looking. And then suddenly he has the ring in front of me. And I'm like, are you serious? He's like, yes. I'm like, you really want to marry me? He's like, yes, I want to marry you. And then we got engaged, got pictures. It was very sweet. I cried a little bit, not too much. And then we got back to the hotel and I FaceTimed my parents. And then I FaceTimed my brother. And then that's it. We didn't want to tell anyone else because if not, they would blow up my phone. So when we got back, I had made a little TikTok and I sent it out to the family then. And then my phone started blowing up. Like my cousin from London who's here, she was like immediately calling me, which was super cute. But I was like, we just wanted to enjoy the moment. I was like, I waited till we got home. Even before I put on social media and everything else.
What's a soulmate?
It's well, it's like a best friend, but more. It's the one person in the world who knows you better than anyone else. It's someone who makes you a better person. Actually, they don't make you a better person, you do that yourself. Because they inspire you. A soulmate is someone who you carry with you forever.
Watching you stand alone.
Oh my God, it was stressful. I think I nearly killed Phil several times, especially when he was chewing right in my ear and I was like, go away. For us, we sat down over Thanksgiving and was like trying to figure out a date. You know, we're engaged, we're older, like, let's get it done. My parents are older as well. I want them here at my wedding.
And she said, no, we're gonna get married this year before your 50th birthday. I was like, I don't care if I'm 50. But anyway, that has lent to some stresses, to some issues, but it's all worked out.
Like, even if we extended it out a little bit, who knows if, you know, we would have lost more loved ones. And so, we decided on the Dominican. We didn't want to do Mexico. We go to Mexico a lot. Like, Phil has a timeshare out there from his mom. So we go to Cabo quite a bit. We've been to Cancun several times. And I was like, I don't want Mexico. So then we were looking somewhere out here in the Caribbean. We looked at several resorts and we looked at pricing. We wanted to make sure it was, fun for everyone. Like, we wanted things for different ages to be able to do stuff. We knew we would have kids here. And the stuff for kids to do, adults to do, golf, casino, mini golf, whatever people wanted to do. And it's a quick flight from the US, it's not that bad. Lots of direct flights from Charlotte, Atlanta. So people easy to travel with, travel from, I should say.
On Thanksgiving, I think we pretty much decided for this place because it offered so much for young people and older people and in between. Different activities. It's a large place, lots of pools, lots of restaurants. And I'd been here before. I'd seen some concerts here about 10, 12 years ago, 12, 13 years ago. So yeah, I mean, it just working with, trying to learn all the planning procedures that having to do it through the resort, and their wedding planner, who was not the one here, the one in Miami was not the best. So just, it was a lot. But we worked through it, and honestly, I've been saying this the whole time. I think being that we're older, I think it's a different perspective when you get married. You know, we wanted to make certain everybody was having a good time here.
So then we booked a trip out here in January to come out. And I was like, okay, I like it. We did a site visit, and we had already started to pay a deposit for this place anyway. And then we came out here, picked some places, and we're like, okay, let's just get married here. We didn't realize it was going to be as many people, which we love. I love that we had all these people out here to come celebrate us and have some fun on the vacation and stuff. And it was just, you know, little things we worked on it, tried to work on like every weekend or via phone. And Phil was always the one who's like, you know, don't buy anything now, we'll wait. And I'm like, seriously? Like, it's July now. Like, I'm so glad I had things prepped ahead of time and I had things done. All right, so I hope that Phil and I are still having our adventures, going on trips, still, you know, laughing and cooking for each other and sharing our snacks, going on road trips, whatever we're doing it together. Whether we're staying in the same house, if we do, I definitely want 2 bathrooms, one for you and one for me. I like that we continue to grow in our own interests, share what we can, and just be with each other. I want you to be less stressful. Stop putting too many things on your plate. Have some free time, relax a little. But that's about it. Continue to love and grow you until we get old and wrinkled and die.
Riley, I love you. I hope that we could somehow find a way to have a place together. Don't know where or when. And I appreciate your patience. I know you appreciate mine on just seeing how things go. I know that you don't want to, you know, disrupt something that's going well, but obviously I think at some point we'll end up having a place together and some. We'll have a semblance of our own normalcy that we create. As you have mentioned, this is our marriage, no one else's. So thank you, and I love you, and let's have a great time together.